Great, thank you. First, I want to thank the Chamber, and in particular, Jim Cameron. He's just been so supportive over the last 10 years. You may not know this, but every year Jim gets up, and he's there at 4 in the morning every year to help us with the point-in-time survey count. So he really walks the walk. I also want to recognize our Coalition Board President, Shelley Campbell, and our other board members who were sprinkled throughout the crowd here today, most of which have been with the Coalition as long as I have. And I got started in Leadership Daytona. Our project, our community project, was put the irrigation and landscaping in at the North Street facility for the new dining facility. And Karen Jans and I dug that trench, just so you know. Well, the guys stood around and told us how to do it. And while we were there, I asked, can I go inside and see what this is all about? And that's when I met Lindsay Roberts. And I never left. I joined the board, and I am really pleased to be, I think, a small part of one of the people that helps the over 500 professionals in this community, Volusia Flagler, that get up every day to help serve the homeless population. And I can't commend them. I don't compare myself to them at all. They're an incredible group of professionals. I'm just going to talk a little bit about some history things, because I guess I'm the old gray mare now of the coalition and the historian. But I think that's important because the continuum of care that you hear about, what it basically is, in 1993, Andrew Cuomo, who, as you know, is the governor of New York now, he became the assistant secretary at HUD. And when he went in there, his job was to create affordable housing, job creation, economic development, homeless programs. And when he got in there, he saw that they were all disconnected. It was duplication. Nobody was communicating. And he came up with the concept, the continuum of care. And this is what HUD then adopted and mandated. And he said, what we need to have all over the country and within each state are regions. And there will be a COC, the continuum of care, based on how a state wants to develop. We're Volusia Flagler. And we follow the model, which is his strategy to help homeless people become self-supporting. And he created the consolidated planning process that gave communities and residents a greater role in determining how the HUD funds should be used. So there is a little bit of it. People think that the COC concept was created here. It wasn't. It really started with Andrew back in the 90s. And that's where we get the majority of our funding from HUD. And what it does, it creates the education, the job training, treatment for drug and alcohol abuse, mental health services, emergency and transitional housing to help have homeless people turn their lives around. And this is what the Coalition for the Homeless does in Volusia Flagler counties. And there are other coalitions throughout the state of Florida. So that's that. The shelter, brief history of the shelter, that was done with a grant. It was also done with some local funds that we had here. It was also, important to that, was private fundraising. And I helped with that, and I oversaw the construction of the shelter. I think it took 8 months to do that. And the fact that the community, the way that they came together, and the support that we got, was just incredible. And many of the people who helped with that are here today. Troy Ray and Ray Salazar. It was an incredible accomplishment. So these things can be done if everybody, the stakeholders, come to the table. One of the reasons it did succeed, it was going to be a family shelter. It was going to keep children in school. And that had a huge appeal. And there was resistance. The only place we could locate it at the time was where it is on North Street. That was it, to renovate that and build on the 2 wings. So it was not our choice to put it there, it was what was available. We didn't want to lose close to $1 million to get that done, but we never would have had that opportunity again. And shortly thereafter, indeed, as Lisa will explain, the model for what HUD was supporting stopped with emergency shelters and went into, now we want you to find transitional housing, because now it's permanent housing. So that's just a brief history of those two. And I don't want to take up any of Lisa's time, and she will speak to the 10-year plan in a moment. There are copies of that as well.